Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 87 of the 9 to 5 Fitness Podcast. We've got an interesting podcast today, an educational podcast. Gab, how are you? How'd you sleep?
Ooh, very good, mate. Slept very good. And I'm very good. How are you and how did you sleep, sir?
Very good as well.
Yeah.
Like an absolute baby.
We almost had the perfect house yesterday.
Almost had the perfect house. You got a
Started
sleepover?
strong. Yeah. No, I didn't have a sleepover
Didn't
because
have
I
a
needed to play
sleepover.
a few games of FIFA.
Right. There was a new person in our house last night, so I came down to inspect.
Mm-hmm.
She was lovely.
Yeah, sweet.
Good by you.
Thanks, bro.
Mate, what's been going on? How's training? How's things?
Well, yeah. This podcast should be released right on the cap of October, therefore it would be leading into November, and we all know what November means. It is NNN November, which means No Nut November. So this is a No Nut November themed podcast, and we'll be dispelling some myths, talking about it, answering your questions, and it'll just be like that'll be the topic. But before we do that, we want to have a bit of intro, have a bit of general chat. I don't know, mate. What's been happening? We've got a new supplement shelf. It's looking clean.
We did. We got a new supplement shelf. The house is just coming together so nice.
Yep.
Podcasting is really fun. I'm enjoying podcasting at the moment. But all in all, pretty good. You know, something that just came to mind was back in the day when we used to try and get guests on, and like how hard it was to get guests on.
Man. Oh my God.
We had to work so hard. We'd be on the comms. Hey, man, do you mind begging them? Bro, can you please come on?
Please, Mr. Security Guard, sir, please.
For our awesome followers, they want to listen to you speak, and it's just like free publicity for them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they were stressful times, but we do have some stories behind that, don't we?
We do. And I know what you're going to say. Is that something you wanted to get into now?
I want to get into it because I'm pissed off, and I have another reason as
I
well.
was fine, but now you've got me pissed off as
I
well.
know. So we'll just do this for the intro, and you guys will like this. It's pretty juicy.
So, let me just give some context. So back then, podcast wasn't where it was today. I think we ran the stats, and on a per monthly basis, we've just hit 50,000 unique listeners for September. So that's bloody insane. So
That's ridiculous.
It's compared to where it was, we were in the genuine trenches at this stage when we were begging for guests on.
Yeah.
We had no idea what we were doing. We were sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder at your desk. Huge depression vibes. It was terrible.
Huge depression vibes. And we would do it on Zoom because it was COVID time. So even worse, you have no connection with the guest.
No chemistry with the guest. It's got a 3-second lag. So they'd be talking, you're like, yeah. And it just completely stuff up the momentum of the show.
Everything sucked. So this one particular guest, can we drop names?
Well, isn't that the whole point?
That bloke who does the bloody diving. And I'm off him. What's his name?
I think his name rhymes with ham and starts with S.
Yeah, Sammy Fricker. We said, mate, we'd love to get you on the podcast next Wednesday. Can you come on? We'll send you the Zoom invite. Yeah, mate, no worries. Comms before the day. Yeah, mate, I'll come on.
He's like, I love what you boys are doing. Happy
Love
to
it.
get on the show. What time? Sent it to his email. It was something at iCloud.com.
Yep.
Who uses iCloud, firstly?
Mate, loser. And then, so we said 1 p.m. on Wednesday. Yep, no worries. We'll get on. You and I, very nervous, but we sit up onto Zoom, set up the mics, and we wait for Sam. 12:59. Okay, heart start beating. No worries, he's not in yet.
Yeah.
1. Okay, he's not there yet, but that's fine.
1:02.
Okay, that's getting a bit weird.
Yeah.
10 past 1. I think he's burning us.
Yeah, 10 past 1.
Anyway, so we're checking our Instagram DMs.
Nothing.
And you'd think we'd get something like, hey, boys, you wouldn't believe it, so-and-so.
Yeah.
So we're messaging, hey, mate, just wondering if we're on for the pod today. No worries if you need to reschedule. Just ghost us.
Just nothing.
Never heard from him since.
I mean...
We'll see you at the top, mate.
Easy way to solve that is if you don't overstretch yourself. Just say no. We might have a cry later that day, but we'll get over it, I think. And that is a big thing, I think. Don't reject or turn down the podcast an hour before or just ghost people. Just be upfront with communicating, I think. It's just a bad, I personally, I get asked to do podcasts. I will, of course, follow through on my commitments.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, even if you do have an emergency pop up, just let us know. But he just completely ghosted us and never said anything since. So thanks for that, mate. Another one was getting guests on, and like begging them to like share something about it, like the
Yeah.
podcast after they've done it.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a hard thing to do because like, oh, do you mind just sharing it? You
Yeah,
know?
share a story, because like that helps an up and coming brand / podcast so much. So like whenever another podcast like has me on and tags me, of course I'll post it, because it's not like, oh, I don't want to do anything for them. It's like, bro, it's
good
not
for
that
you.
it's not that deep. It's good for you.
But yeah, it's very interesting. Thanks, mate. It's an interesting thing, the podcast world, and that just got me riled up during the week, so I thought I'd bring it up.
Well, it's off your chest now, mate. You've just trauma dumped onto the whole podcast
Thank you.
audience. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And, you know, a problem shared is a problem halved. So I hope you feel a whole lot better now, mate.
Well, we've divided by 50,000, so you've all got a piece of it on your shoulder.
Yeah.
This podcast,
Yeah.
should we get into it?
I was just re-listening to episode, what was it, 86, the most recent one. And, you know, I love my own work. So I was just cracking up at that, like our story at the end about the girls, FIFA Ultimate Team scamming us at the Burley Pav. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit, I don't know, you might not want me to say this, but I don't really care what you think, mate. I'm going to say it anyway. We have a response from 1 out of 2 of the girls. And she's basically sent a message to our Louis boy saying, like, no, it was like a really big line at the girls' toilets, and I was coming back. And we look, and gotta say, mate, she's quite pretty. You've
must have
done
been.
well there, mate. If you're gonna buy a girl a drink, like, she deserves a drink.
Yeah, at least I got not an apology, but she just said, look, the girls.
And she took it well. She took it well. She wasn't salty.
Good on her. Shout out to her.
Yep.
But thanks for posting that on your story. She's I don't think she's too happy about that, but
It's my story. I don't care.
you
I don't know
blocked
anyone
out the
anything.
names, didn't you?
Yeah, I blocked out the names.
90% of it.
Most of it.
So yeah. Anyway, good result. We're still waiting on one more from you or the girl.
So if you're listening, I probably should listen to what their name is at the start. If you're listening, I think she went to Bond University. I think that's in Queensland. I need a message from you.
Okay, we're waiting on that.
Sweet.
What
Lads?
What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? We got a microphone and 50,000 people on the other end.
So it's November. The big debate is No Nut November legit, or is it a scheme ran by virgins, as they say? So that is the debate today. Dispelling myths. Is it worth it? Should you be doing it?
And we're going to try and do this with an educational purpose. So, it's not going to be too funny, but we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
Now, firstly, mate, I walked down here today and said, mate, what is No Nut November?
Got his head in the sand, this kid.
I'm pretty sure I know, but Keelan, our producer, has a much better idea. Mate, can you fill us in? What is No Nut November?
So, No FAP or No Nut November comes from what was a porn recovery community site where people got together and talked about their recovery of porn addiction. And the challenge is to abstain from sex, masturbation, and porn to help the brain heal from that addiction. What it has turned into is a misleading trend on websites like TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter, promising massive physical and mental changes to you if you can complete 30 days of not coming.
Okay.
And we're here, 3 boys on a couch, 3 boys who love a cum.
Especially the one in the middle. You love it, mate.
I like talking about cum.
Yeah.
Just the cum trees.
Yep.
Wait, so that's interesting. So, hang on. Is it good or bad?
Well, it's misleading. So the promised effects are like increased happiness, higher self-acceptance, lower levels of stress, improved attitude, and increased sleep, or better quality of sleep.
Really?
But things masturbation generally does help with is stress release, sleep, and improved mood. So to the same there. Another thing that NoFap kind of does promote is working on yourself, like going to the gym, taking care of your skin, drinking more water. So obviously, if you do that for 30 days, you are going to see a difference. You are going to feel better about yourself. It doesn't really have anything to do with not coming.
You guys on the outside might think this is a funny topic, but there's nothing funny about it. Like, it's a slippery slope, and we got to tread this line very carefully because, like, I think there's 2 facets to this, right? There's the output, which is the ejaculation, let's say, and then there's things like porn addiction, which obviously aren't good. Just like at the outset, I think, ejaculation, it's a healthy thing. I'm under the mindset it is healthy. Whereas if you're addicted to porn and it's doing awful things to your brain chemistry, I think that is so bad for you.
That's a great point. Yeah, definitely. Just hearing Keelan explain that makes a lot more sense. The idea of like not fapping because of like, I don't know, you're trying to build testosterone or something sounds pretty ridiculous to me. But the idea of like trying to break a habit or get out of addiction, especially with porn, that's fantastic. And also like challenging yourself with all sorts of different things is really good for you. Like become better at challenging yourself and keep challenging yourself.
So which point should we address first in this topic?
Oh, I just want to go with one last thing. There is actually, so a lot of the promotion towards NoFap is that it will increase testosterone. There is no scientific based evidence to suggest that NoFap makes any impact on testosterone, but there is some research to suggest that semen retention increases testosterone production for 7 days before falling back to normal. Because you were saying before we started recording that, or was it you or someone else, boxers don't come for like weeks.
Yeah, Prime was saying that.
Yeah.
And that's been debunked, I think, several times. It makes no difference.
I mean,
it makes sense like the week in a lead up to a fight, you don't do it if there is an acute increase in testosterone. But if it's just drawn out, it sounds like it has no effect.
I mean, like we of all people know like how you can build your testosterone. That's like a good diet, you know, good sleep.
There's easier ways to do it than depriving yourself of something that's good.
Literally, I feel like it's such like you know, if people are worried, unless you got all your ducks in a row, if people are actually worried about testosterone, they should be looking elsewhere than like fapping.
I'd say so.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah. So another interesting one is I think there's a difference between semen retention and NoFap. So from my understanding, and guys in the comments or DMs correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember doing a bit of research into this myself. I believe NoFap is where you just like don't masturbate, but semen retention is like you don't masturbate and you don't have intercourse.
Right. Okay.
So I think NoFap, you're still allowed to like sleep with a girl.
So that means I'm pretty about NoFap then.
I am as well.
I'm liking it more and more, just for a personal stance.
I believe that. Keelan, is that?
I think you're right. I think semen retention means you can have sex and you can orgasm. You just can't let any cum leave your
How do you
dick.
orgasm without ejaculation?
I feel like you could. I don't know.
Yeah,
Block the pipe.
I was about to say.
I remember watching this one
press under
YouTuber
your
and he'd
balls.
say he would sleep with his girlfriend, but he wouldn't allow himself to ejaculate.
Oh,
And it's
mate,
like, bro,
you're just too bought in.
that's so painful.
You are just too bought in.
So he's blue balling himself on purpose.
It's interesting. So have we done the pros and cons?
So the pros of NoFap, yes, I did. I went over them, but they include the same things as pros of just jacking off and having a healthy lifestyle. I think it actually just comes down to NoFap is more of a mental achievement of sticking to it and not giving up and changing your life. That's kind of what it comes down to.
Have you ever done anything like this, Louis?
Nah, never. And I don't intend on. I mean, look, I mean, I've done actually. Well, yeah, I've probably done NoFap for
Inadvertently.
a long time. To be honest, I wouldn't be able to give you a number, but at least a month, I'd say.
Yeah.
But in saying that, like, I don't know, it definitely doesn't like excite me, the idea of doing it. Like, I wouldn't feel like I'd need to.
I just don't think you achieve anything by the challenge either.
I feel like it's a really big thing with like a younger crowd, especially on social media and stuff. Like, oh, November, NoFap November, everyone's doing it. I don't remember it when we were young.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's definitely like a past like 4 years, I feel like it's really emerged.
Have you ever done it?
I think I only lasted like 10 days, to be honest.
Really?
And I was just like way too horny.
Interesting. I think I got a comment on like the Snapchat I uploaded for like the questions for this podcast, and someone said like they found it was a lot easier if they like didn't count the days. You know, if they just like just did it without thinking about it. But like that's interesting because I feel like if you're going, oh, I've gone 10 days without, like I'm feeling like I need to go.
Yeah.
I'm full.
Yeah, there's just so much to talk about on this topic because I feel like you should cut out the if anything, cut out the porn, cut out that stuff, and go seek like healthy relationships and interactions in real life. I think that is testosterone boosting.
But I feel like that shouldn't just be done during November.
Oh no,
You
of
know?
course not. I'm just saying for general life.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. I'm not about it. What's your thing? What's your thoughts? Well, I'm about the no porn part.
Yeah, I'm about the no porn part as well. I'm no FAP, which is don't watch porn, don't masturbate. But
even then, I mean, that's fine.
yeah, I think masturbation is fine as long as you're not like addicted to porn and you're not like ruining your brain chemistry and you can recognize that it's not real. What do you think, Caitlin? Do you think?
I think it's fine if you want to do it, as long as you're under like the correct impression of what the difference, what the impact is actually going to be.
Whereas like some people will masturbate multiple times during the day just for like that little dopamine release, and obviously it gets less and less, and it's just like diminishing returns for every time they're just spamming porn.
Yeah, the porn train is a real slippery one, and we've spoken about it in plenty of podcasts before, but like that is a slippery slope to go down, and I feel like if you're a younger kid and like really getting into it, then you just have to get more and more stimulus, like watching something more and more stuffed up that is further and further from reality, and it just keeps going,
and that's doing serious damage to you.
One of the actual benefits that comes from NoFap with the no porn thing is that you generally, if you are addicted to porn, will have a better perspective of the opposite sex after the 30 days, after not watching, very misogynistic porn.
Yeah.
Like what Gab's saying now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it is very misogynistic, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Nice.
Do you want to read through the questions?
Let's get into some mailbag. Or do we want to do a quick product plug?
Yeah, we'll do a quick NTF product plug.
Yep.
Caitlin, do you want to see if the cameras are all good?
Yes.
Yep, sweet. Mate, today was a hectic week packing how many orders?
300 plus.
I was supervising. I didn't, but you know what?
It's good. We need supervisors.
I need to drive the traffic to make sure you guys order the apparel. So that was pretty hectic. We understand it took so long to get these orders out because we were waiting for a few dramas with customs and everything. But we are long-term moving towards like a company to hopefully do it all for us. So like they can be sent out straight away. Any returns can be done straight away. So it's much more efficient. I think that's a step forward for our company, which shows that we're growing, which is really, really awesome. We just want to order in higher volumes, have more options, have more different items, and essentially improve our customer service. Because at the moment, like when there's that many orders and it's just like our small team and doing it from our house, it's really, really inefficient.
Yeah, it's inefficient, and it's like you start annoying customers, which is the last thing we want to do.
We don't want to do that.
We really appreciate everyone that's like put up with us or been really patient. Like, yes, we are still a small business and we're doing our best, but we are always developing. And with that amount of orders, it shows like a third party shipping thing would be really beneficial for us.
For sure. No, I can't wait for that. And I think it's the way forward, mate. Any other products you want to highlight?
Well, I've got my athletic-based resistance program. The free one is out now. I think you should, even if you don't want to train, I think you should download and just have a look at it.
Yep.
Put a lot of effort into it and gave it a good go.
Full one on the horizon. What do we think?
It is on the horizon. Yeah, packed week, but we've got to get it done.
Yeah, we'll get it done very, very,
very soon. Yep.
Other than that, I am wearing the white NTF Sigma singlet. What are you thinking of them?
I absolutely love them. Yep. I think it's the best decision ever, the Sigma singlets. That's the best call ever. It's probably my favorite item from 9 to 5.
Awesome. Other than that, we have these new green shorts. By the time this podcast is out, we would have done our sale on the green stuff. So
yep.
What do you think of the green shorts?
Yeah, I love them as well. They fit really nice. I don't know. They fit a little bit different to the other shorts.
You reckon?
Just like
maybe
better.
just because they're newer out of the packet. Like
maybe.
You haven't got a new pair.
They made my legs look big, and they make you look tanned because they're a bright fluoro
yeah, that's
color.
the thing. Fluoro colors make you look more tanned.
White and fluoro.
Yep. So I'm looking very juicy, very tanned. Anyway, mate.
You can use code podcast, can't you?
Yeah, code podcast will get you 10% off, ladies and gentlemen.
Cool. Let's get into some questions from the mailbag for No Fap November.
Sweet. Am I starting us off?
Yeah, you kick us off with a good one.
Okay, let me just...
I feel like you had plenty.
I did. You guys actually answered some really, really... Or asked some really good questions.
It's always better if we give them a topic for asking a question.
Yeah, so... Obviously, this topic is sensitive, so we don't want to name names and do people dirty like that. But we have a question from Durag Masso. Is his name?
Thanks,
is on
Durag.
Snapchat. I believe that's his... Yeah, Mason_A32 on Snapchat.
Thanks, Mace.
Is 4 faps per day over the top?
Ooh. Not for me, personally. I think that is over the top. I think that's a bit much.
If you still got anything left to give at the end of that, mate, that's incredible.
You'd be shooting blanks by
I
the
reckon,
end.
yeah, you're going, poof, nothing coming out.
Just air.
Just air.
Little
Like
puff.
you've been castrated.
I mean, back in the days at school, sick day at school, you'd probably be getting close to those, wouldn't you? In general.
Yeah, a bit of a challenge.
How many can you fit in a day?
The answer, I'm just going to look these up as we go, is it only becomes too much and unhealthy if it impacts the rest of your life. So if you go 8 times a day and it's not impacting your personal life, go for it.
But I reckon it would be impacting your personal life, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're chasing the serotonin release.
Chasing the dragon, mate.
You're chasing that dragon. You're hunting. I think it's too much, mate.
So I'd say, yeah, 4 times too many.
Yeah, probably.
I'd say even 4 times for the week.
Yeah, you're pushing it for me personally.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah, not for me, but anyway.
Do you?
Next one is from Darcy Robb, and he says, do you boys believe in the many so-called benefits of NoFap, or is it just a scheme ran by virgins, which is overall what we were chatting about in that main section before? I think nowadays it's a scheme ran by virgins.
I agree. I think it is as well. Especially like the people, like the huge following it has on social media. It's like a real kind of big, like, I don't know, it's like a real younger crowd kind of thing.
Yep.
And like, it's just a good reason to, not have sex.
Yep. So I think it's a bit of a cop-out to not interact with women.
Yeah, totally agree.
Any questions you've got, mate?
Plenty of questions asking if we've done it.
Yeah.
NoFap November.
Yeah, my record's like 10 days.
Yeah. No, I just haven't even tried. But I mean, like, I have accidentally done it, I'd assume.
Yep.
Not
so
during November.
We have one from Liam Fitz. He says, are you doing DD December?
Ooh, what's that one?
Mate, you just don't know anything, do you?
I don't know any of these acronyms.
So DD December is essentially the polar opposite of NN November, and that is Destroy Dick December. So you're doing as much.
You
as
double
you can.
down.
You double down.
You
Lads.
go like our man Meso.
Yeah, Meso. Yeah.
He'd be good at that.
Every day.
Oh, that you'd be red raw, the poor bastard.
I think, mate, every month for me is DD December, and while doing NoFap. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, the big dog.
Yeah. Legit.
Do you reckon?
Come on.
Back in the day, for sure.
Back in the heyday. Now I've settled down. And,
Back in the heyday, yeah. Not anymore.
Mrs. doesn't give me much these
Nah.
days. And, yeah.
The ball and chain.
Yep.
Right, who else?
All right, let's try to translate this one. It's from Peter K. He goes, what?
It's going to be good.
Does clarting some bunda count, lad? Bro, what does that mean? What is clarting some bunda?
Oh, it doesn't sound very respectful, Peter.
But at the end,
Does
he
it?
says, also remember to use tomorrow's skincare post-sesh.
True.
So he's redeemed himself with that.
Good on you, Peter.
Clarting bunda. I know bunda means like behind ass in like roadman speak.
And I assume clarting means rooting.
Clapping some bunda.
Clapping some ass. Yeah. Oh, it's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot from Peter.
What's that question about, like how to...
Good replacements for fapping. It's a good idea. Vaping.
Honestly, vaping would probably take your mind off fapping a whole lot, but it's not. I don't think that's a healthier.
We don't encourage it. Go for a run.
Yeah, true. Going for a run is a great distraction for anything. Mental health, trying to get off the vapes, trying to get off porn.
Yeah. Or talk to a girl.
There you go. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
But that might be a bit more difficult for
Yeah,
some of
because
the...
that means you have to talk to girls, which is hard, and I get scared of that.
I get scared as well.
So if you can interact in a healthy, consensual way with a girl, then that is the ultimate substitution for no fap or fapping.
Yeah. What else could you do? That start drinking? Lower your testosterone, maybe.
You could absolutely crash your hormone levels so you have no sex drive whatsoever.
And then you won't want to fap.
That's so true.
Become really sad. Like stop eating so your hormones are through the floor.
Yeah. We don't encourage any of this unhealthy stuff.
This is not
just
advice.
for legal reasons.
This is just for someone who asks what's the replacement.
Eat lots of food.
Food, yeah?
Yeah.
Might get fat though.
Yeah, so either eat lots of food or don't eat it all. Nothing in between.
Nothing in between. Just figure it out yourself. I reckon you guys are going to be sweet with this though. This is a pretty easy challenge.
Cold shower?
Cold shower.
Going to the gym I never feel like a wank after the gym.
Mm,
Yeah,
interesting.
and you also can't fap in the gym.
I feel like I... Can't you? You joking?
You'll end up on the register like my mate Cam Stenix.
What a head.
No, dude, don't bully him. That's just
Oh,
mean,
come
bro.
on it. Yeah, cold showers are good for testosterone as well.
Acutely, I think.
Mm.
It's not like a long-term thing.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, back to the start, you know, this thing about the testosterone, everyone's looking for, like, incremental gains. Mate, just start with sleep and diet and training.
Another question from Idan here. He says, can we smash on triple N or is it strictly no nutting? Let us know. Look, I think if you're playing by the Virgin rule book here, it is strictly no nutting. You're not even allowed to smash. So, but if you want to be a normal, healthy male, then we do not partake in that, and we only have healthy, consensual interactions with women.
Yeah, absolutely. Do females do no nut November?
I feel like their hormones are a bit different because I know some girls will masturbate and some girls don't. Female listeners live in the chat, don't tell us if you masturbate. That's probably a bit personal, but give us like your friends. Like, is it common if you gave us a rough
Asking
percentage?
for a friend.
1 in 5, 2 in 5, 4 in 5. Give us a ballpark estimate here, because I've had girls I've seen in the past. Some of them quite frequent with it and enjoy it, and some are just like, no, I'd never touch down there. So it's like it's quite.
But then
different.
are they lying?
But then,
Surely...
but then for guys, it's like, bro, everyone does it.
But I feel like that's just like systemically and like through like, you know, the years of it being very normal for us to talk about, and because like, I don't know, it's probably a deeper topic, but I definitely think that's just like how we've been raised almost, and that it's like it's so okay for us to talk about it, where it's almost taboo for them to talk about.
No, but girls kind of embrace their bodies more and like all that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
I
Do you
feel
reckon
like they're
they
telling the
embrace
truth
their
to me.
bodies more? I don't know.
No, I feel like girls would share that kind of information more than guys would.
Nah, wrong.
No, because you know how like girl issues are and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, two numbnuts rubbing their brain cells
A
together.
topic
for their
I don't want to
limited
get into.
Knowledge about girls.
I don't have any knowledge. Do you more questions?
Yep. Not really, to be honest. Anything you guys want to add?
Nah, like all my questions were pretty much the same. Like, you know, are you guys doing it? What is it? I got a few. What is it?
We've answered that.
Let me check. Yeah, I know we have. I'm just I'm stalling. Not gonna lie. Are you doing Movember? Not quite. Why should you do it? I don't know. We've kind of already answered that. Longest you guys have gone. Yeah, nah, it's all the same really. It's all the same. Should we get on to tomorrow's skincare, or do you have anything else for us, Kaylee?
I got nothing else.
Fantastic.
Yeah, well, after, you know, you've
Speaking
had
to your
a healthy consensual interaction with women, I do get a little bit sweaty, I'm not going to lie. That 15 seconds, like, it's amazing how sweaty I get during that.
You go full 15?
Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
I think my PR is probably like 7 seconds.
Yeah.
But anyway, I get real sweaty after it. So you know what I do after that? Hop in the shower. I often invite them in as well because they like to be clean too.
And cuddle.
Yeah. No, I normally get them to put soap on my back because I can't reach it.
It's a good opportunity.
I was cash in, mate.
Cash in.
Think
Capitalise.
200 IQ move.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Mate, I can put soap on your back if you want.
pretty much every girl is always amazed at my skincare routine because in the shower, I'm putting my Tomorrow Skincare foam cleanser. I'm not even chatting shit here. This is like facts.
Yep.
I'm always putting the cleanser on my face. It foams up, wash it, keep the skin clear. I dry off. I always say like, all right, you can go dry off because I'm going to finish on cold and I don't want to like freak them out with the cold water. So I always do like freezing cold water. Then I hop out of the shower, dry my face, put the toner on, put the structure serum on, put the gel moisturizer on, bang, feeling $1 million, ready to go seize the day after a good morning cardio session.
Dude, I'm hyped.
How good is
That
that?
was so
Cannot
well
start
said.
the day any better than that.
Tomorrow Skincare's products are just unreal. Like we say at every podcast, and I want to keep getting more and more creative with how we tell these people to buy it. But like genuinely, just go and buy it, and you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah,
we packed 300 plus orders the other day, and every single one got Tomorrow Skincare. So if you ordered something, you'll get it.
Yep.
And yeah,
You'll see how good it is.
You'll see how good it is.
So go and use code NTF and you will get 20% off of any of their bundles on tomorrowskincare.com.au.
Also very relevant, I feel like,
True.
to fapping is Manscaped. They've been good to us. We just keep going with Manscaped, just ticking over.
Nowadays I'm wearing the Manscaped boxer shorts whenever. because they're like my best. They're like my lucky ones.
Yeah, the lucky boxer shorts.
I threw out the old rubbish Adidas ones, and I've got the Manscaped ones on because like they fit really well, and
like
it's a cool pattern.
Yeah, it's a nice material, isn't it? And you look really good in them.
Oh man,
You often walk around the house in them.
often it's the best outfit, bro.
It's good, and you can get special suit ones as well, like the pin striped or pin lined or whatever it's
but,
called.
You know, since we advise like no fat, that means you should be like shaving around those areas. So, like every guy should have a lawnmower 4.0 in their
Minimum
bathroom drawer.
Yeah. I'd say just go onto the Manscaped website and just like create that cart, you know, get everything you want in there, spend the money,
Rack up
use code NTF.
$1,000 on it. Use code NTF. It'll get you 20% off and free shipping. So you'll save heaps of money. You're practically making money from this.
Yeah, you are winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.
Do you have anything else? Because I don't.
Let me think. No.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to say it, but yeah, good job. Thanks so much for this podcast. I've really enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it at home, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.